So let's go ahead and review the different projects that we have in our application. On the left, we can see the folder of the source code with all the different projects. And on the right, we can see the solutions that I'm using. I've chose to use the standard CRS solution and to load several projects into it to make things pretty much the ones that I want to use for this part of our demo. So let's first of all review all the different parts that exist over here. Lib is a folder where all the external dependencies of the application will reside. In this case, you can see some COM interop DLLs or the get DLLs this application was using. All of the external DLLs that were referenced either by COM or by other ways in this application will be in the lib directory. After that, we have env. env is the project where all the code that is common to all of our customers resides. There you will find the user settings, the classes that manages reading the INI, the user methods with all of the functions that ever existed in Magic, all the gateway code, SQL, Oracle, or anything that. All of that will be in env, and all of the projects in the application reference env. Next in the hierarchy is shared. You can see it here as CRS shared, or here in the project as CRS shared. CRS shared is a project that has everything that is common to all of the projects in this application. This application has a main application and several components. All of them will look to CRS shared to find the common parts. For example, the connections to the databases will be in the data sources class. You can see the different connections over here. All the printing definition, all the themes, colors, fonts, controls, all of these are going to be in the shared project. So the shared is a project that is shared across all the projects in the solution and will have everything that is specific to the application in terms of flags that are specific to this specific Magic version or your color fonts and other settings that are specific to this application. After that, we see several projects called CRS util, CRS stable, CRS model, CRS shared. These specific projects reference or reflect components that existed in the original application. You can see here in Magic that you have several components, and each component was migrated into a project on its own. For example, the CRS tab component has all the data sources of the application. And if we look at the CRS tab project in .NET, we can see that in the models namespace, all the tables of the application are split according to folders that are easy to read and follow. And the same happens for all the rest of the components. So every component became a project. And then there's the main CRS application. The main CRS application was split into smaller, more maintainable modules using the interface methodology, abstract factory methodology, or namespace methodology, all of which were already covered either in the training or in your final migration statement. But what's important to understand here is that it has several key parts. The base part is the project that is common to everything with this application. Here you'll see the tables of the application in the models namespace. These tables are the same tables that you see here in the data folder. All the types that are for this specific application, which are based on the models that you see here. And all the interfaces that are used to cross-application cross-project calls. You'll see the separate training session on that regarding interfaces and abstract factors. So the base is common for everyone. Then you'll see several projects, one for each module. Each and every one of those has several programs that were migrated into controllers in this module. For example, the sys function has the following controllers in it. Okay, those were migrated here using the namespace methodology as described before. And then there's the CRS application. The CRS application is the entry point of the application. This is what gets executed. This compiles to the CRS exe that you later run. And if we run it, you see it's running the CRS application. And in this project, you can find several important parts. First of all, the program main. This is the entry point of the application. Over here, we are reading the INI and setting all sorts of flags that are specific to this application. You will find the application core class, which is the migrated version of the main program. We'll discuss this in more depth a bit later. You will find the application MDI, which is the menus of the application. You can see them managed over here. and you will find the application programs and application entities, which is the list of all the programs in the application with their names, numbers, and public names if any exist, and all the entities with their number and name. So far for the structure of the application.